General Ken Paxton and Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. Ken, let's start with you. Get your take on this state. Jacksonville is not a sanctuary city, and they don't support law breaking. So he said, OK, we'll send these illegal immigrants to places that claim to be having sanctuary status. To me, that seemed like the fair thing to do, considering he doesn't have the authority to deport them.
Well, keep this in mind. The Biden administration has been breaking the law as it relates to federal immigration policy since their first month in office. And Republican states like Texas and Florida have been fighting them every inch of the way. We've been telling them Americans' lives are at risk. Those coming over are in harm's way. We've been begging them to pay attention. Just come to the border. Biden hasn't been there. They don't come. They won't witness it. We've even had folks that are transported to Florida by Air Biden murder someone. You know, this is a necessary exercise. I know folks are thinking, you know, they deserve this. This is a hypocrisy, and it's all true, right? But this is a necessary exercise. At some point, they are in this liberal, ignorant bubble. They don't know what's going on. We have to put it on their doorstep to force them to see what it takes to deal with this record-breaking surge of folks flooding into our country. You know, at the moment, it's like they're Muppets offering commentary and opining on what everybody should do that's having to deal with this on a daily basis and deal with their reckless, dangerous policies. In fact, I think that anybody that passes one of these policies that breaks the law should have to go live in it.
You know, I agree, Ashley.
Well, I know that he's asked for the funding to do so. And, you know, in order to start getting some action out of Washington rather than utter lies, we've got to start forcing them to see what we on the front lines, law enforcement, are dealing with. It's the only way that they're going to start taking action. And if the American people see it, maybe they'll start holding this president accountable.
And Ken, thank you both. I hope they continue when we come back. Eagles Pass is forced to deal with hundreds of illegal immigrants every single day of the year. At any point in time, there are thousands of illegal immigrants in and around Eagles Pass. Now, nearly every town and every city close to the border has experienced the exact same humanitarian crisis for nearly 2 long years. That includes El Paso, where, as we speak, there is a humanitarian crisis. Hundreds of illegal immigrant men, women, and children, they're now sleeping in the street. They have no shelter, no. Look at the conditions they're living in. Did you forget about Del Rio? Are you looking at El Paso? And don't forget, recently, 60 miles west of Eagles Pass, thousands of Haitians lived in squalor under that bridge for weeks in a makeshift shanty town. None of these areas have any infrastructure to house Joe Biden's tens of thousands and millions of illegal immigrants. They don't have dozens of millionaires in Arizona. What, they're just expected to suck it up, deal with it, and get lectured by the elites in Martha's Vineyard, and that they can enjoy their manicured grounds and luxurious accommodations and not be bothered with the 50 people that were sent by Ron DeSantis without any migrants daring to ruin their rest and relaxation and oceanfront views. And here's the kicker.